Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Marty Ford. I'm with Music Academy Success. I want to thank you all for coming today to celebrate David and Tiffany Martin and the Happy Valley Arts Academy. The reason we're here is that our organization is basically, as far as I know, the largest trade organization for musical owners, not only in the U.S., but in Canada and Africa and Malaysia and the U.K. and South America and Middle East, and just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And we have an annual conference every year. The last one was in Charleston. If anybody watches the Travel Channel, you know Anthony Melcuri from Hotel Impossible. He was our keynote. And our next conference is going to be in Dallas next year. Randy Zuckerberg is going to be our keynote. We're very excited about her and all the great stuff she does to talk about digital marketing and just evolving businesses. And that's the big thing. I was speaking to the mayor earlier and the other people that have been nice enough to come today, explaining that you have to understand with Tiffany and David, they've gone from, in less than a year, 100 students in their home to 550 in this location, which is awesome. And it's also, I can tell you, having done this for a very long time, it's rare. It's very rare that you see schools of 500. So what we're going to do today is acknowledge David and Tiffany, and we got some well-wishers to help us do that. So please first welcome, she's very active in the community. She has an extensive history of public service with the Happy Valley Parks Committee, the Happy Valley City Council, and she's currently running for state representative in House District 51. Welcome, Mayor Lori Chavez DeRaymer.
Yeah, thank you. So I thought about this as I was invited well over a month ago. What do you say to a community? Why does it matter that a mayor is here? Well, I'll tell you why. Because it's to recognize the community members that are here, the parents and family members of the students that you are all teaching, the teachers who are committing their time to teach, but of course somebody who's willing to start a business in a growing community. When I moved here 20 years ago, 4,000 people. We're now over 21,000 people. So is there a need for music teaching, music lessons, not only for kids, but I see you have adults, you have seniors that you come through your program. So for you to invest on a business perspective, your love, your goal, your life, right here in Happy Valley, that means something to a mayor. It means something to a city council. To promote business owners like you to say, we're going to be successful, we're going to contribute our heart and soul into this, and it's our job, City Councilor David Galaby's here, to say, that's what we're here for. We're not here for regulation. We're not here for business taxes. We're here to say, we want you to be successful, commit, give back to the community. So yes, the arts are the most important. Music is so important, but bringing communities together through the arts and through music and through the chain of learning and teaching, that's what's important to a city like Happy Valley. So thank you. Thank you for growing. Thank you for investing. Thank you for being here every single day. And Tiffany, David, you're equal in this, so congratulations to you and your family.
David and Tiffany, please come up.
Nice job. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yes,
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for being here today.
Yes.
Our next guest, Chair of the Board of Directors for the North Clackamas. Did I pronounce that right?
North Clackamas.
I did good. That was always a word. It's a long word. Long words you got there. The North Clackamas Chamber of Commerce. She proudly serves as the chairwoman of that of the Chamber of Commerce Board. Under her leadership, the Chamber has successfully created a new signature program called Women in Leadership and Management, which includes both a Professional Development Academy and an awards recognition program. Please welcome Ms. Shelley Perini. If you guys will step a little. Step.
Yep. Thank you. Good afternoon. On behalf of the North Clackamas Chamber of Commerce, I'm delighted to be here in celebration of David and Tiffany's grand success. As we all know, national awards such as this are never the efforts of one individual. They are always the result of a collective. The visionaries, the teachers, the students. It's evident from this national recognition and the stunning student enrollment numbers that Happy Valley Arts Academy is truly doing something right. Unless you are musically inclined, which I am not, it takes dedication from both the student and the instructor to take that seed of interest and translate it into both talent and an appreciation for music. Any good instructor knows, once that seed is firmly planted, a lifetime of music appreciation takes root, and a more resilient person emerges. That's what music has done for me, and I'm sure it's what it's doing for your student. So my gratitude to the entire team of the Happy Valley Arts Academy for bringing the transformative joy of music to my hometown. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our next guest, you may recognize her from her time in television as a news anchor and reporter for KOIN TV, but these days She's on 100.41 The Fish. She has a passion for the arts and is an accomplished vocalist and recording artist who has shared her gift or song around the country and internationally. Please welcome radio personality from 100.41 The Fish, Miss Crystal Thornton.
Wow, this is so cool. Okay, I had my glasses on because I was burning up right there. Man, I've become a Portlandier for sure because I used to love the heat, and now I'm like, oh, I can't even stand here for like 5 minutes. I am so honored to be here and to just say a couple of words, just congratulating the both of you. Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't know if people realize how big a deal this really is. And I was kind of teasing my husband last night. I was talking about some things that I wanted to say, kind of different, something that maybe you didn't know. How many of you knew that the brain uses everything when it listens to music? Like, it's the only thing that your entire brain, like, reacts to. The entire brain. And they say we only use 20% of it. So imagine what is going on subliminally in our minds and in our thoughts and what's happening to our body. How many of you know somebody who doesn't like music? Nobody, right? We might like different styles of music, but music is like an international language. And as I started thinking about that, I told my husband, I said, if we lived in a world where we had a choice to speak through words or through music, which one would you choose? Well, I know he's completely left-brained, so he said words. And I was like, music. Think about it. Think about a song that you've heard that could bring up the emotion of fear. We started doing that this morning. We were like, dun, 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 dun. Okay, everybody knows that's Jaws, right? Or what's the scariest movie that you ever saw, but the music you remember? Psycho. Come on. Everybody knows it, right? But there's also music that brings joy and happiness and sadness, and it just is so magical, and it's just so amazing. And being a musician myself, I can so appreciate what they're doing because they are bringing up our next musicians. We've lost so many great ones, and if any of you all were like a Prince fan or a Michael Jackson fan, we just thought, oh my God, the world had completely ended when they passed away. But these folks are bringing in, you never know whose life you're going to touch through music, who's going to be inspired to be the next Michael Jackson or the next Prince or the next Queen or whatever. And so to me, music has always been one of those things that just to me was just so important because it not only brings joy to a community, to our world, but it is also bringing up scientists, mathematicians, because those are areas of the brain that it affects as well. And any student that I've ever come across, including myself, who has invested in music in our lives has been successful in other areas of our lives as well. So I can't say enough about you on what you're doing and what you're bringing to the community, what you're bringing to children, keeping kids off the streets. Hello, come on, where's my mayor? Is she gone? There she is.
No,
Hello.
I'm not gone.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, it does so much more. And I know I only had 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, what all could I say? But thank you. Thank you, and congratulations on this amazing award, and it's my honor to know you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. You're welcome.
Our next guest started his career as Director of Guest Services for the Portland Trailblazers. He has been a developer for Urban Sky Development, a mortgage advisor, sales manager, and is now branch manager at Root Mortgage. Please welcome Mr. Scott Kirkland. Did I get that right?
Thank you. Congrats. So exciting. I've known David and Tiffany for a little over 10 years. We first met each other in real estate before the big crash and recession, and we went through a lot of stuff together. Good lifelong friends, and just a great man. So it's so cool to see him and Tiffany here together, and then their success and being a part of that together, and then to see him, grow all of this back up to what he has done today, getting back to his passion in music. Real estate's real estate. Real estate's great. I'm in real estate, but music and how he's built that back up, and he's been they've taught our kids piano and guitar, and then my wife, who's a worshiper. Such a amazing time for them. So thank you, good friends, and congratulations on your guys' award and what you guys have done and all the work you guys have done as a community here. It's definitely needed and such a growth, and we just thank you guys for all you've done. Thank you.
Thank you. So Scott alluded to something that I want to talk about just very briefly, that, real estate's great, and obviously the mayor also mentioned something going from 4,000 residents to 21,000 residents. The bad news is with technology, the music lesson industry is shrinking, and it has literally shrunk, as far as the numbers I can tell, because I'm very knowledgeable about that, by like 33%. So what's so cool about what you have in Happy Valley is you got something that's going the opposite way, and that's really special for this community, okay? Our last speaker, before we go on to David and give him and Tiffany the award, is a good friend of mine, but also one of our coaches in the Match program, was also our 2014 School of the Year winner. He made the trip from Houston, Texas. He and his wife, Uma, have now 3 schools in Houston with almost 2,000 students. So he's a national leader. He's also performed with the Houston Symphony Orchestra. He's been featured on TLC on the cable, on the Little Couple TV show, and on the business page of Houston Chronicle. So he has a lot to say about music education and what we do here. And I want to please welcome up here Mr. Zelko Pavlovich, Director of Vivaldi Music Academy.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you all for coming here. I want to say, David and Tiffany, I want you to understand how significant this is and what they have accomplished in very short time. How long have you had this location here?
Since January.
January 2nd.
Imagine growing your business 5 times over in few months. I have never heard of that. So it's remarkable what you have accomplished. I'm a father of 2 little kids, 6 years old and 8 years old. And the reason why I opened the Music Academy in the first place is for them to have a really high quality place to take lessons. It was a little bit selfish at the beginning, right? But I wanted to have that, and I couldn't find it in Houston. What they did here is not only provide lessons for kids, but also a safe place where they can come once a week for 30 minutes. Look, kids are busy. They're tired. They don't need another music, another activity, after-school activity. They need a place where they can come and meet their mentors. Because I always say they're gonna remember this place when they're 40 and 50 years old. So they are creating these amazing memories. They have mentors here for the kids. So I admire what you guys do, and that's why we're in this business. So I think this community is extremely lucky to have Tiffany and David. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Congrats.
So, absolutely. Thanks. Jennifer, can I have the trophy, please? So this is a big deal. A lot of jealous people, as you know, that wanted this award. But they did so good. They went up on stage, and we should give them a round of applause. They went up on stage in front of schools from the U.S. and Canada, and they brought the trophy home to Oregon. Okay? So let's give it up for David and Tiffany Martin. Congratulations. With that said, I'm going to pass this to them, and the floor is yours.
Wow. Well, first off, thank you guys for coming. All of you, all the words that you guys shared on our behalf has just means so much. This is overwhelming. This is, when we went out to Charleston and we competed, I had the dream in my mind that, I'm gonna take home the trophy, but the reality and the dream sometimes, it's a crazy thing, So to stand here before you all and to just be receiving this just means so much. When I was a kid, I started taking piano lessons, and I struggled for the first couple of years quite a bit with practicing. And it wasn't until I really started earning awards and performing in recitals and things like that I really got into it. So when we started this school, it was always a passion of mine and a goal of mine that for kids, for the students, we would give them an opportunity, 1, to be able to perform live in front of a live audience, and 2, to be able to earn awards. Without being professional musicians, they could do those 2 things, because for me, that was the most impactful thing. And a couple of you said it about having the mentor of a teacher. I think that's a big part of it too. Some of the biggest mentors I've had in my life have been my teachers. So this just means so much, and I'm overwhelmed to be standing here. So thank you all again. Thank you for the community support,
Yes.
and all of you for being here.
Congratulations. Congratulations.